Pikachu?
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're using the same mold as my last video, but this time turning it into Pikachu Claw Machine Liquid Shaker. Just to show you guys how versatile one mold can be, as long as you use your creativity and imagination. Anyway, if you haven't seen my last video, check it out. I made a Totoro version with suit sprites inside. For the frame itself, I just used some 2-part resin pigment, and glitter. By the way, everything I use in the video is always listed in the description box. I also put any updates or FAQs regarding the video, so make sure to check it out so you don't miss anything. So here to get rid of bubbles, I'm using a heat gun mainly because I ran out of fuel in my torch, but in general, heat gun may be a better choice in getting rid of bubbles in the resin for these commercially made molds because the material is very cheap. So with a torch, you have a greater chance of melting it and fusing it to the resin, even with a light sweep, causing the mold to tear when demolding it. After the resin has cured, I use some UV resin and gold mica powder to fill in the claw and the joystick. The UV resin I'm using is again linked in the description box. It's my favorite one so far. I even made a video review on it, so if you're interested, I'll put an iCard here and a link to that video down below. Once the resin has fully cured under the light, I'm going to pour another layer for the backing. And this time, just clear 2-part resin and some glitter. Here I'm sanding the surface to prep it for the paint. Since paint sticks better on a matte or textured surface, then I'm going to fill in this built-in fill hole on the frame. I never fill the liquid from here because it's almost impossible to seal a shaker neatly and properly, so normally I fill it in with UV resin and sand the surface down to make sure it's flat and even. Okay, now comes the painting part. This is the most nerve-wracking part for me because I almost always mess it up while I'm filming it. Partially because the camera is in the way and I'm just nervous because I don't want to mess it up. So you'll see that I didn't like the way I did it in the beginning and end up redoing parts of it. You'll also see that I used Posca markers, but I recommend ditching that completely and just use regular paint with a dotting tool. It's much easier and you'll get a cleaner application. It's time to fill and seal a shaker. I have an in-depth video on how to do that, so check that out. I highly recommend it if you want leak-free shaker charms. I did fill in the button holes halfway with UV resin before doming the back. So this time I didn't make my own shaker bits using shrink plastic because, to be honest with you guys, I was feeling a bit lazy and I didn't want this video to be super long. So instead, I'm going to use these Pokeball Fimo cane slicers I got from Etsy. To fill the shaker liquid, I'll be using the fill hole on the film method and with some baby oil. So for the Totoro shaker from my last video, I used the no-hole pearl beads for the buttons, but I really wanted different colors, bolder colors for the buttons for Pikachu. So I actually made a mold out of this reusable molding compound called Oyumaru and used colored UV resin to make custom colored buttons. Alright, so Pikachu is not complete without his tail, his iconic lightning bolt tail. So I'm gonna make a dangling charm using shrink plastic and Posca markers. After baking, I did seal the entire piece with acrylic spray and then domed both sides with UV resin with glitter mixed in. Now all we have left to do is put everything together. And voila, the charm is complete. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a like. If you want to see more videos like this one, make sure to subscribe and have the notification bell turned on. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!